Hello friends, and welcome to another week of Miss Nicole's Storytime. I have such a fun story this week, and I won't tell you what it is now, but I'll give you a hint. It has to do with bubbles. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and do our check-in for the day. So just take a few seconds to yourself and check in. How are you feeling? Maybe take a look around you. What's the weather like? What is it that you're feeling right now? So for me, I keep mine at a 0 because you know I'm always so excited to see you. So just a quick review. We have 0 for excited, which is me. 1, happy. 2, content. Content is like, meh, you're okay. 4, you're sad. 5, you're mad. And 6, you're frustrated. You know, it is okay, no matter what number you feel. I just hope that I can put a smile on your face by the end of our story. So are you ready to go through our story time schedule? Okay, so first we start off with our hello song, and then we do our books to the ceiling song, and then we're going to go ahead and shake all of our sillies out, and then we'll get ready for our story time. And then we will do our clapping song, which is our good books, good time song. And then it will be time for us to sing our goodbye song. So let's start with our hello song. Let's go ahead and get our hello hands out so we can say hello to all of our family and friends. So remember, you can do tiny little hello hands. You can do really big hellos. You can do crazy shaky hellos. But as long as we're saying hello to each other, remember we do it 2 times. Here we go. Hello, 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 and how are you? I'm fine, I'm fine. I hope that you are too. Hello, 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 and how are you? I'm fine, I'm fine. I hope that you are too. Good job, friends. And now it's time for our books to the ceiling song. So let's get our hands and arms stretched way up high. And here we go. Books to the ceiling, books to the sky. My pile of books is 10 miles high. How I love them, how I need them. I'll have a long beard by the time I read them. Good job, friends. So now go ahead and find a good spot for you to move and shake because we are going to shake our sillies out. Gotta shake, shake, shake my sillies out. Shake, shake, shake my sillies out. Shake, shake, shake my sillies out. Wiggle my waggles away. Now we clap, 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 clap the crazies out. Clap, clap, clap those crazies out. Clap, clap, clap the crazies out and wiggle my waggles away. Now we jump, 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 jump the jiggles out. Jump, jump, jump the jiggles out. Jump, jump, jump the jiggles out and wiggle my waggles away. Yawn, 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 my sleepy now. Oh, my sleepy now. Oh, my goodness. My sleepy now. Wiggle my waggles away. Oh, my goodness. Oh, now we shake, shake. Shake the sillies out, shake, shake, shake those sillies out, shake, shake, shake my sillies out. And then do one last big shake all over. Good job, friends. Friends, now that we have all of our sillies shaken out, let's go ahead and settle in and get comfortable as we get ready to read our story of the week. Now, do you remember the clue that I gave you at the beginning? It was about bubbles. And this book might look a little familiar because this is the book that I did in my Book of the Week video. And this book is called Billie and the Brilliant Bubble by Tara Travieso. So this book is about our friend Billie, and she loves bubbles. But not only does she like bubbles, She likes to pretend she's inside a bubble. That way she can go anywhere she wants and she knows no one can enter her bubble. And that is also known as social distancing, which is a word you've probably heard a lot now with everything that's going on, which means that you have to stay a certain feet away, 6 feet recommended. So what Billie does is she pretends she's in a bubble and that bubble is 6 feet long. That way she knows she's not only protecting herself, but others. And she has so much fun pretending she's in a bubble. So are you ready? Let's read together Billie and the Brilliant Bubble. This is Billie. One day, Billie was at her favorite place, the park, swinging as she watched the beautiful butterflies nearby. A kickball rolled towards her. 2 children walked over to pick it up. "Hello, I'm Billie," she said with a friendly smile. "Hi, Billie, I'm Carly, and this is my brother Cameron." Cameron continued to walk toward the ball, which continued to roll towards Billie. "I can help you with your ball," Billie said. "Please stay there, and I will kick it to you so I don't have to pop my bubble." "Bubble? What bubble?" Cameron asked curiously. Billie, we don't see a bubble," Carly said. "Friends, do you see a bubble?" "I see a bubble." "Well, technically it's imaginary," Billie giggled, "but it's there." So imaginary means you imagined it. You used your imagination. So even though she's not in a real bubble, she's pretending that she is. "Why do you have an imaginary bubble?" Cameron asked. Billie happily told her new friends about her bubble. "Each morning when I leave my house, I step into my bubble. It keeps me clean, safe, and germ-free during the day. When I go home, I step out of my bubble and wash my hands." "Do you like bubbles?" "Well, do you?" "I like bubbles." "Of course we do. I love to blow bubbles," Carly said. "I like to pop bubbles," Cameron added. The children laughed as they thought about the last time they blew bubbles. See, bubbles are so much fun. How many of you like blowing bubbles? I still do, and that's a fun activity that you can do in your own backyard. Cameron was curious and wanted to know more. "What can you do in a bubble?" Billie was eager to continue sharing. "Being inside a bubble doesn't keep me from doing anything, really. It just means that I keep a little more distance from other people when I'm not home. I can play outside. I can play inside. I even go to parties in my bubble." "Are you allowed to take your bubble to school?" asked Carly. "Oh, yes, I sure am. I also take it to dance lessons, restaurants, and the beach. Most importantly, the bubble keeps me and all of the people around me healthy. You see, any germs that I have stay in my bubble, so I don't get anyone else sick. And the germs that other people have stay outside my bubble, so they don't get me sick." Carly nodded her head. "That makes sense. It reminds me of when Mom told us to wave goodbye to Aiden and Sage instead of hugging them. Do you remember that, Cameron? So I'm sure you noticed too that you're not able to hug your friends like you used to, but you have to wave goodbye." "Oh yeah, that's right," Cameron replied. "Or when my teacher reminds us to stay 6 feet apart when we walk to the library." He added, "Germs are yucky and make us sick. I stopped sucking my thumb so I don't get germs in my mouth." And I think that's a really good idea. But don't you get sad when you can't hug your mommy and daddy? Well, I hug my family all the time. When we go home, we pop our bubbles and wash our hands. Then we can safely hug each other. And when everyone is healthy, we have Grandma and Grandpa over so we can hug them too. Friends, do you notice what Grandma and Grandpa are wearing? They are wearing masks. So in addition to having a bubble, it is also important to be wearing a mask too. Because yes, you're protecting yourself, but you are also protecting all of your family and friends as well. "I wish I could have a bubble," Carly whispered quietly. "You can, Carly. My mommy taught me how to make bubbles for other people. Would you like one?" Carly quickly replied, "Pretty please with sugar on top." I'd like one too, please, Cameron chimed in. And Billie zippered an imaginary zipper in front of Carly, and from her head down to her toes. Step in. Carly stepped into the bubble 1 foot at a time. This is fun, she said with a chuckle. Then it was Cameron's turn. As he stepped in, he pretended to touch the top of his new bubble. So go ahead, friends. You can go ahead and pause right now and open up your bubble so you can get inside too. And then think, what does your bubble look like? What color is it? Can you see all the way through it? Is there music playing? Your bubble can be anything you want it to be. Billie, it's time to go, honey bunches. Oh, that's my mom calling me. I have to go now, but I hope we can play again another day, Billie said to her new friends. We do too. Thank you for telling us about your imaginary bubble, Cameron said. Now we can stay healthy like you. The children smiled as they waved goodbye from their bubbles. The end. Wow, friends. So anyone can make a bubble at any time. You can make one for yourself and you can make one for the people around you. But now, more importantly, we need to do more than just make a bubble. We also have another type of bubble that's specifically for our nose and our mouth. And this one we can actually see. And we know when other people are wearing their bubbles too. So this is the other bubble that I was talking about. This is what I like to call a real bubble because it goes like a bubble over your nose and your mouth. So not only do you have your own protective bubble, you have this bubble too. And this one isn't imaginary. And this one you can actually see not only on you, but on everyone around you. And when you see this, you'll know that they're in their bubbles too. So everyone has their own bubbles. Now, the imaginary bubble is pretty easy to get into. You could open it, you could zip it, unzip it, any way you want because it's from your imagination. But with this type of bubble, sometimes it can get a little confusing. It can get a little hard to put this on. And sometimes people don't know the correct way to wear it. So to demonstrate, I asked Louie to help me out with this. So as you can see, there are many ways of wearing your own mask, your own little bubble, but the correct way and the only way to wear it is over your nose and your mouth. And that way you'll have your big bubble and you'll have your most important bubble of all, which is here. All right, my friends, now let's go ahead and get into our clapping song, which is our Good Books, Good Times song. So let's get a beat. We're gonna start in 3, 2, 1, here we go. Good books, good times, good stories, good rhymes, good beginnings, good ends, good people, good friends, good fiction, good facts, good adventures, good acts, good stories, good rhymes, good books, good times. Good job. Give yourselves a round of applause. All right, friends, let's go ahead and get ready to sing our goodbye song together. Bye, bye, goodbye. Bye, 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 goodbye. Bye, bye, goodbye. I can clap my hands. I can stamp my feet. I can clap my hands. We can clap our hands. I can stamp my feet. And we stamp our feet. Good job. Bye bye, goodbye. Bye 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 bye, goodbye. Bye bye, goodbye. Bye 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 bye, goodbye. We'll clap one more time, goodbye. All right, friends, thank you again for joining me this week for our story time. And remember, you have your two bubbles, your big bubble and your mask. And don't forget, it goes over your nose and your mouth. So remember what Louie showed you. All right, my friends, have a good week. Bye.